Well, good day, folks. Welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. Excited to be with you. I mean, the news just can't get any better today. This is way too much fun. I got a few good things, but the left is losing its mind. I kid you not. I'm going to get right into it because this is going to be fun. You guys are going to love this, but real quickly, mypillow.com. In fact, it's such a good day. You need to buy the lefty you love a MyPillow. Actually, get them some Giza sheets so they can wrap themselves in the luxurious comfort of a conservative icon, Mike Lindell, and his glorious sheets. I'm sorry, I'm having way too much fun. Hey, James, good to see you on. Ray, good to see you on. Smash that like as you come in. Chat it up with where you're from. But this is really great. Obviously, you guys know the big news today is that basically Twitter, Elon Musk has got Twitter, but it's much better than that. The story is much better than that, okay? Now, we've talked about this at length before, okay? And for those, by the way, Governor DeSantis is doing such a great job. I just love him. Do you know that he set up a special police force to monitor election fraud? The Democrats are losing their mind. I'm serious. He has set up a special police task force to monitor election fraud. I will get this story for you. I forgot all about this one. I'll pull it up. But so Ron DeSantis, of course, threatened the lawsuit. Yeah, here we go. Tallahassee, Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill Monday to create a police force dedicated to pursuing voter fraud and other election crimes right out of the state of Florida. Praise God for Ron DeSantis. You people in Florida are so lucky. I've got Governor Small. No, that's Mayor Small right down in Minneapolis. I'm sorry, I don't have him. I've come up with these names for him. But Little Timmy. I've got Little Timmy as a governor. Yes, Little Timmy the Tyrant. But here, free speech. Elon Musk tweeted this out today. Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated, said Mr. Musk. I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing product with new features, making the algorithms open source. By the way, they should do that on YouTube because I had a video go like this. Like it was screaming, like one of my best videos, and then flatline. I'm serious. I can show you the graph. It was nuts. In fact, well, I'm not going to waste your time with that right now, but making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. Okay, now here, this is where it gets really good. Parag Agarwal, whatever the guy's name is, right? The Twitter CEO. Listen to this. Team. This is the letter he sent out. The email. Team. The Twitter board has announced it has entered into an agreement for Twitter to be acquired by a private entity fully owned and controlled by Elon Musk. I know this is a significant change, and you're likely processing what this means for you and Twitter's future. I will be gathering the company together at 2 p.m. Pacific to speak with you directly and answer your questions. I have also invited our chairman of the board, Brett Taylor, to join us. See you there. Always #OneTeam Parag. Okay, so that's the note. Twitter CEO Parag just sent employees. Company all hands scheduled for 2 p.m. Now listen to the replies, people, because these are worse. It's amazing. Now, I have a few questions. I saw somebody talk about people jumping ship, and I did mention this to somebody. I said, I wonder how many of these employees might leave, and then what'll happen. But the question is, where do they go? And are they going to try and subvert from the inside? Well, that would be crimes, and they would get prosecuted. So if they want to do that, I guess they can. And they probably have certain contracts that they've entered into in their employee and so on. But here's the different replies. Look at this. Barbara M. Does everybody have a price? I'm so very disappointed in this. What happened to we can't be sold? Now it's, wow, how much did he say? Oh, well then. No, Barbara, it's actually because they realized that even though they said they weren't going to sell, they actually have a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders. Elon was doing a tender, pursuing a tender offer, which was directly with the shareholders to get a controlling interest. And the fact, give liberal tears. No, it's awesome. And they were breaching their fiduciary responsibilities and were liable to lawsuits. You ninnies. Okay. And then here we go. Here's Chris. Shareholder value trumps all, which is why society's in the situation we're in. Turns out greed is still the root of all evil. Here's another one from FSD. I don't think he fully understands his employees. They will be there with torches. This is... Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. It just goes on and on. This is like the greatest Twitter stream I've ever seen. Elon Musk has lost his mind. Watch the Tesla shorters now. It's endless. Money talks. In the end, it's all about what you can get. Even the so-called lib-friendly Twitter board succumbed to the allure of so much money. Yes, the lib-friendly Twitter board, and that's the problem because it was just supposed to be a platform, not a publisher. It's not supposed to be lib-friendly, conservative-friendly, anybody-friendly, okay? Which is why Elon Musk says he hopes, this is his next great quote, he hopes that his worst critics will remain on Twitter if he takes over the social media platform because that is what free speech means. That's what it means, okay? It's unbelievable. The self-described free speech absolutist is said to have been in talks with Twitter's board on Sunday and early Monday mornings over his $54.20 per share offering. Okay? And then they go on. They've got another article, of course, that's out of Bloomberg, of course, Elon Musk, free speech. By the way, here, I'm going to give you another big win. So I have too much fun with the whole Twitter thing. But, and some people feel it's a distraction, but it is not a distraction, okay? It's really not. The fact that somebody stepped into the fray and took out this, you don't understand what this means to them. You don't understand what this means to liberals. They had a lock. They were constantly running around saying, oh, if you don't like the platform, just build a new one. And so people were. But the fact is it takes years and years and years, okay, to develop platforms like this and to get the user base and so on, and then develop the technologies and all the different things. And now, okay, you have a situation where they have just lost because they were always, oh yeah, just go. Well, now, so I tweeted out, I said, oh, by the way, everybody over there is talking about the 2020 event now on Twitter. It is lit up with comments about the 2020 event. It's lit up with comments about, the Jabster. It's lit up with comments about everything. It is unbelievable, okay? Look, you guys should be cautious when it comes to anybody, Musk or anybody else, okay? Be cautious all you want. I'm serious. But I am excited about it because it's fun to see the meltdown. They are absolutely in an apoplectic meltdown, okay? And here's another big, big win. You guys ready for a big win? This is probably even bigger in some senses. For those who don't know, both George and Brian, that would be Bahizzi and CanCon, were out in Michigan for the convention out there. And both Matt DePerno and so he's running for Attorney General. For those who don't know, Matt DePerno was the lawyer for Bill Bailey in the case out of Antrim County, Michigan, involving the 2020 election, okay? Christina Caramo, she's a community college instructor, strong Trump supporter and freedom lover and family values gal. She won the nod for Secretary of State. And believe me, the party elite were not for this. They were not for this. These were populist choices. And it was a sweep out in the great state of Michigan. So those of you who are out there have things to look forward to. Now, I'm going to encourage all of you in Michigan, get involved in being an election judge, a poll watcher, all of these types of things. and especially if you're in the city of Detroit. Detroit needs eyes on the ground more than anywhere else because there was so much interesting video out of Detroit. Anyways, let's see. Trump said his preferred candidates would not let Michigan be what? Something in the next presidential election. I can't use that word. I mean, did he really say that? Can't be. They won't let Michigan have these problems in the next one. He lost the state by 154,000 votes, for Pete's sakes, to Joe Biden. It says it right here. Trump's slate drew criticism, however, within a wing of the GOP that views the candidates as unelectable in the fall and was frustrated that party leaders openly backed them rather than be neutral. State Republican Party Chairman Ron Weiser, who they are now attacking, okay, they're coming out and saying that he calls women witches. It was probably Nessel and Whitmer and these gals. So I mean, if you guys think that they're just Nessel and Whitmer and stuff shouldn't be called witches, okay, I get it. I mean, I'm guessing that's what the whole deal is here with Ron Weiser. But he actually backed him. But this party elite, some of the structure that's always been there, is so upset, okay? But Ron Weiser just said these such critics are poor losers. We're going to unite together and we'll be able to win this election in the fall, he said. DePerno's main rival was Leonard, the party's 2018 Attorney General nominee, whom Trump later nominated for U.S. Attorney in Western Michigan. State Rep Ryan Berman, who finished third, urged his supporters to back Leonard in the runoff. So you see what was going on? So these two had united. And okay, so for those who don't understand how a state convention works, okay, let me just break this down for you. In Minnesota, you need a 2/3, or is it 65%? Anyways, I'm trying to remember the exact numbers, but you need not just a majority, but a supermajority of people to win the party endorsement. Now, you're there on the floor, and so what happens is there's these delegates who have aligned with certain candidates. So, some had aligned with DePerno, some had aligned with Leonard, some had aligned with Berman, and so on. Now, what you have are these people who go out and work the crowd. It's really wild. It's crazy. You guys have got to go to a state convention once. But what happens is, DePerno had the bulk of the support in terms of, he had the largest contingent of supporters of any of them. But then these two try to join together. Like, for example, one time I was at the Minnesota State Convention. I was backing a gentleman by the name of Monty Marino. There was a guy by the name of Burt Mackesy, who the party wanted in there. Burt Mackesy was like a liberal who was running as a conservative. You guys have all seen these before. They're called rhinos. Okay, so Burt Mackesy had the 50% of the vote. But between Marino and Boschwitz, they had basically the rest of it. Well, eventually, Rudy Boschwitz went on to win the primary, but nobody was endorsed because they never got the party endorsement, which was so great. And it was the only time, actually, in the state of Minnesota where the Republican Party did not endorse a Senate candidate. But they could not get Mackesy to enough support because the Marino and Boschwitz supporters joined together to block them, okay? So that's what was happening here, okay? But on the flip side, because all these elites are like, no, we can't, he's unelectable. I'm so tired of the words unelectable, people. I mean, just if somebody in the party elite says that somebody's unelectable, just assume that they're the best candidate. That's about where I'm at now, okay? Seriously, because that's all that it is. Oh, we got to get somebody in there who's electable, who will sell their soul out to Democrats and continue to take down conservatism from the inside, like Ralston in Georgia, like Jake the Snake Corman in Pennsylvania, like Voss in Wisconsin, like Fan in Arizona, and so on, okay? This is what's going on out there. So we can't just throw the electability junk out the window. I understand that the person's just a total whack job, but these are not. Matt DePerno's a serious guy. You guys have seen him. He's been on shows that I've been on before. Matt DePerno is serious in this oh my gosh, this Christy, I'm forgetting her last name, Christy Caramo. If you guys haven't seen her talk, start looking up Christy Caramo's speeches. They're awesome. And you can tell she's speaking with conviction. She is not out there just, speaking platitudes and talking in terms of she's not conservative light. She's serious. Okay. So, there's all these rhinos out there like Oz in Pennsylvania. Okay. Come on, Pennsylvania. You got to do what we just saw take place in Michigan. This is huge, great news. Okay. Let's see. Also, here's another good win coming on. Clinton campaign's 11th hour attorney. This out of just the news. Clinton campaign's 11th hour attorney privilege ploy likely to backfire in Durham case. So Durham keeps moving ahead. He keeps bringing it closer and closer and closer to Clinton's and Obama. I'm telling you, this guy, I know it's too slow. I know it's too slow for you. It's too slow for me too. We want justice, okay? Excuse me. Hold on. Opposition research meant to be made public plus previous waivers will negate tactics, experts say. The top brass at Hillary Clinton's defunct presidential campaign made quite a splash last week, making an 11th hour request to block the release of evidence in special counsel John Durham's upcoming trial against attorney Michael Sussman by arguing it is protected by attorney-client privilege. But the sweeping request for confidentiality, including research from former MI6 agent and opposition researcher Christopher Steele, face a high hurdle, experts told Just the News. That's because the very subjects the Clinton campaign now seeks to protect, such as its now discredited anti-Trump research, were widely distributed without regard to privilege for years. So they're trying to take things that are already widely distributed without regard to privilege and now make them attorney-client privilege. By the way, I'm seeing all these notifications coming in from Truth Social while I'm on. I am on Truth Social. Mine is at Lumberjack Logic, all one word. Okay, so follow me over there if you want to. My Twitter, I didn't get my links in here. I am so sorry, people. I'm going to do that right now for you. I've never been interested in Twitter. I hardly post a darn thing over there, but I'm sure it's going to become more interesting now. So if you guys want to follow me over there, I will get you I will get this fixed. I'm going to get it corrected for you immediately. Okay, I apologize for not getting it done sooner, but it will be done. But so the Clinton campaign, they're having issues, and I just hope some of them go to jail. I seriously, I know it's hard, to have faith in the justice system when we've watched for so many years. Oh, what? Hey, check this out, people. Have you guys heard me say anything that's, here we go, request review, because they've already limited the monetization on this stream. I mean, this stream is just like the most safe stream in the world. These people are whack jobs. Unbelievable. It must be because I mentioned Truth Social and they don't like Trump. Or maybe it's because I mentioned Matt DePerno and they don't like Matt DePerno. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, it is what it is. But you're going to have to refresh it if you want to get the links, but they are all in there now. Links to all other platforms. Please follow me on some of those others. But back to here, Clinton. Sussman shared much of a research project which turned out to be untrue, alleging a secret communications channel at the Alpha Bank between Trump and the Kremlin. So all that stuff's been already shared. Now they're trying to get attorney-client privilege. By the way, I want to mention my new sponsor. Since I got demonetized again, YouTube, really? Come on. Nothing's bad on here. RevereCoffeeCompany.com. Promo code Lumberjack saves you 10%. The show gets 10%. Hey, that's called win-win, folks. RevereCoffeeCompany.com. Promo code Lumberjack. Okay? No, it's because they don't like Mike Lindell. Anyways. Oh, my gosh. So, we're seeing a number of great things happening out there right now. And I just, look, I'm so excited about the news. And I'm going to give you guys another really good piece of news. Oil has fallen below $97 a barrel. And why is that? Is it because Joe Biden opened up the pipelines? Is it because Joe Biden opened up drilling here at home so we can pump more of our own oil and become more energy independent? Is that the reason, folks? Is that why oil is going down in price? Is it? I want to know. Do you think that's what it is? Or do you think it might be something else? I'm going to tell you what it is. But the fact is, they're going to run around claiming that they opened... hey, thanks, JL. They just opened, they're going to say, hey, we just opened drilling on these federal lands. We opened more drilling leases. Yeah, and you also upcharge, and you're so anti-energy and anti-oil that the oil companies won't make investments in it because why would they? It's a loser for them. But it falls below $97 a barrel. Do you know why? Because China's lockdowns have been destroying demand, the outlook for demand. Have you guys seen what's going on in China? Shanghai, all the lockdowns everywhere. By the way, I saw somebody make the funniest video. You can find it off my Twitter feed because I commented on it. Go look for my mentions and stuff. But this guy, this young black guy, some of you guys know him. He's really funny. He's funny. He made this video. So funny. He's running around he's running around and doing a video in the airport, asking everybody where their face coverings are. I kid you not. And everybody's like, what? What are you talking about? I just get irritated with them. It's the greatest video. Anyways, but yeah, that's George. So he's, I think I might have retweeted him or something. So if you're over on Twitter and you follow my Twitter account, you can get to it from there. So anyways, look, I just, $44 billion, Elon Musk buys Twitter. It's a great day, people, to be alive and living in America. Seeing somebody like Elon, look, he plays in a different world, obviously. It's a different stratosphere. He's buying multi-billion-dollar companies, while the rest of us are dealing with grocery prices and everything. But he's the one person who could actually step up and do it. And so I'm grateful for him for doing it. And that's what's going on right now. We got the sweep in Michigan. We have here. Let me get you one other thing too. Let me just check something. I'll see if there's Northeast Ohio House seat. A longtime Democrat readout is shifting to the GOP. That's in Northeast Ohio. That's going to the GOP column. Purdue has all of a sudden gotten vocal and strong, apparently. Yeah, I don't trust Purdue. I really want Candace Taylor to win. Used car prices have soared over 30% since the first quarter of 2021. I'm just going to give you guys a couple of key headlines out there. Where was the other thing I'm looking for? I want to just look at some polling data. I know some of you don't trust polls. Understood. I get that. But let's just see where it's at. President Joe Biden, job approval. Oh my gosh. He's just tanking people. 34% congressional job approval. 34% believe the country is going the right direction. Biden's approval in Gallup is 41%, disapproval 56%. I've got others showing him at 30%. Mastriano, here's the big one. Here's a big one. Here's a good win for you folks. Mastriano is up +3 in the Pennsylvania governor primary right now. Mastriano, the one we want to win out there. Okay, generic congressional vote, Republicans +9. That's what a recent poll. You have to understand the last two wave elections, Republicans were -1 and +1, and they were picking them out. I'm telling you, it's going to be the wipeout. It's a complete political realignment. Get happy, people. Get ready to win. I understand all the reasons some of you don't think you are, but don't do that. Okay. You roll forward, you get the job done. Okay. We have got to pick up steam, look to 2022 and make sure you're getting the right people in there. Things are correcting themselves and it's by our work on all fronts. Okay. There's some big votes coming up in Arizona and Wisconsin, people. Okay. Just watch in the coming weeks, watch Arizona and Wisconsin. There's some big votes coming up there. There was just a recent big one in the Arizona House. So there's things going on. Don't lose hope. Please smash that like if you would. Please, support the sponsors. All the links are below in the description. But My Patriot Supply, My Pillow, the coffee company, all of it. Support conservative companies when you're shopping, okay? Yeah, I mean, the merch store, everything's down there. So we have got to build this parallel economy. And then we have got to, what we're doing is we're giving, it's like buying oil from Saudi Arabia. Okay, we need to knock that off and just drill our own oil. Why would you fund the enemy? Okay? Seriously. I mean, did you guys see that China is so bold now that they're calling the U.S. the purveyors of misinformation and disinformation? China in their floor speeches. And how can we argue with them? How can we? Okay? Seriously, how are we able to just argue with them about that? I mean, the people that it's coming from are easily as full of mis and disinformation. They also talked about human rights. Are you kidding me? China sitting there lecturing us on human rights? But, to their point, look at what happened to some of these J6 prisoners sitting there in jail, in solitary confinement, in detention without even access to their attorneys and so on. It's ridiculous, people. All right. I see a number of you on. Voodoo Crab's on. Independent Mini's on. Liberty's on. Ed, good to see you. So, hey, please subscribe if you haven't. Catfish. Catfish is great. Look, I've got a great audience. Thank you guys for always being so wonderful, supportive. Rejoice in the victories of today, okay? Rejoice in the victories from today, okay? It's worth rejoicing when you get victories, okay? We are going to see a landslide like you've never seen. And if you guys, watched me before 2020, I always knew it was close. I did not expect a landslide. I did expect my candidate to win. And I have all kinds of thoughts on that. But these numbers are so big, people. They're so big. I've never seen anything like it. I followed politics since I was 6 years old. I still remember Ronald Reagan winning in 1980. Okay? I've never seen anything like this. People, you get prepared to win. Don't talk yourself out of winning, okay? Yeah, follow Affidavit Mamas on YouTube. Thank you, Independent. Okay, and support the sponsors. MyPillow.com, promo code Lumberjack. I tell you, if you get those Giza sheets, you will love them. You'll love them. I mean, I love the pillows, but those Giza sheets are like next level. I like the pillows so much because they give I actually sleep a lot of times with just a travel pillow, and I like to get it under my neck here. My head kind of lays a little bit more down, so it's level. These things work really good. Or I hollow out the middle of my pillow. So people, I don't think, know how to use those pillows. You got to take because of how they're made, they have these larger chunks of foam. So you can actually mold them so they fit your neck just perfect. Okay? So anyways, get yourself some. You'll be happy. All right? I love y'all. Keep up the faith and keep up the fight. We can't back up now. All right? Love you. Peace out.